The role of culture, it's been very limited to, the generation of employment through tourism, etc. But I think the UNESCO's definition of culture, which resumes as a way of life, it becomes really relevant. Because I think the experience of the analysis and the evaluation of the MDGs shows that there was a total absence in looking at the cultural dimension of education, cultural dimension of health, cultural dimension of urban and environmental protection. I mean, how can anybody ignore culture, which is really at the center of all these developments? First of all, I think culture is intersectorial, and it's very much a cross-cutting aspect as well as a sector in itself. And I think that now, with the 2030 agenda, it provides, I think, a greater role for culture, especially because the actors are no longer just the governments. The 2030 agenda really calls for the participation of the private sector and gives a lot of emphasis to public-private partnerships, to universities, to NGOs. After all, how much can government do everywhere in the world? So it's a new role of government in creating enabling environments, and how the actors, the different actors, through various mechanisms of investment, through incitation, through legal and administrative framework, can really play a greater role in development. And I think culture really is at the base of all of that. So I think there's a greater role for UNESCO to play in all its fields of competence.